Now, let's see.
Boom, you're live.
We are live. Outstanding.
Amazing.
Hey, everybody, this is Glenn Ackerman coming to you. Energy awareness training with a special broadcast today. Let's see if I can, beautiful. The special broadcast today and a special treat. We're bringing a dear friend of mine that we're going to have an incredible interaction. Taylor Diazmercado is a very well-known here in Hollywood actress and spokesmodel, and just a dear friend of mine. I wanted to share with you. In fact, let's have her go on. Hi, Taylor. How you doing?
Hi, Glenn. I'm amazing. How are you?
Great. Glad you're with me here.
So much.
We're going to do some cool things, and of course, I've got my loyal and trusted assistant Dante here with us. So we're going to have a great time today. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about energy awareness and performance. And that's why we have Taylor on. We're going to be discussing how energy awareness affects performance, acting, singing, sports, business, public speaking, etc. All of those things. We're going to be talking about that today and going back and forth. Taylor has been just a joy to work with in my live events where I do not only explaining energy awareness training, but we actually do healing work with people. She's been just an angel in supporting that work, and I really appreciate her, love her a lot, and I wanted to share it with you guys so you can enjoy her energy too. So Taylor, actually, let me hand it back to Dante for a few minutes. We have people coming on right now. We started a little late. Sorry about that, you guys. We had a little technical difficulties, but we're going to bring you a great show, a lot of information, and an incredible announcement that we have ready for you taking place here just about in mid-show. So those of you who stay to the end, we're going to have an even better prize for you. So with that, let me turn it back to Dante. Dante, give us a heads up what we're doing.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Glenn. So everyone, this is the first episode of the Ask Glenn show. So the format that is going to start on next Sunday is normally that you will come on, you can ask any of your questions, Glenn will answer them. And starting next Sunday, we're going to offer one-on-one live coaching to demonstrate the power of energy awareness training. But obviously this episode is featuring Taylor, so big shout out to Taylor. We have a big announcement to make later on at the end of this show, so stay tuned for that. Everyone who stays till the very end of the episode is going to get a live bonus. So regardless, if the previous announcement, which I don't want to share, I almost gave it away, you decide not to use, or you do use that announcement, you're still going to get a bonus regardless. So stay again. Back to you, Glenn.
Great, thank you. So, Taylor, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing, and you've got raving fans on the line here, so let them know a little bit about you and what you're up to and how things are going.
Oh, well, first of all, thank you so much for having me on your first episode. I'm honored. I'm so excited. I'm sad we can't do this in person. I miss you a bunch, man. It's been a while.
Thank you.
But yeah, so I'm here in Hollywood. We met through some mutual friends. And I'm actually currently right now at the park learning some stunt training, so stunt fighting and things like that. But, just the same old daily acting thing, daily grind, pushing through the naysayers for that golden little nugget in the career world. But
one of the things I want to say is that, a lot of people come to Hollywood to make a career. Where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Mexico, Cancun, Mexico, but I grew up in Ohio. So I'm a West girl at heart,
Beautiful. So a lot of people come to Hollywood for Hollywood dreams. I've been here, in Hollywood. I'm originally from San Francisco, and I came down here to go to college quite a few years ago, and I got the acting bug a little bit. And you know, just I think 10,000 people come here every day to seek Hollywood dreams, and 99.9% of them never make it, never get through, never get their a job, even most of them never get an agent or SAG or anything like this. But Taylor, in her magical, amazing high vibrational energy, came here and almost immediately started working, immediately started making that Hollywood dream happen. And I attest that. You know, people wonder why you and not somebody else.
Yeah.
And nobody has ever been able to put you know, of course, you know, you're beautiful, you have great energy, you have a great heart, but so do a lot of people. But what's the difference? The difference is in the energy. When you're around Taylor, you feel good. When she walks into a room, her energy just lights it up. I mean, seriously, guys. And, you know, when you're dealing with people, and we deal with people every day, the reality is we don't care how much people know. We just want to know how much they care. Isn't it true? Yeah. How much you care. And when you're around Taylor, her energy, her caring, her high vibration energy, it just goes right to your heart. I mean, I remember meeting you the first time, just giving you a big hug and having you come in, and your energy is just phenomenal. So this is an example, guys, of high vibrational energy. You always heard me teach that your energy gets to where you're going before you do. So, and that's really true with Taylor. We're going to be discussing that today about energy awareness and performance, high performance training. And she's a clear example of that. Her energy exudes, and I can't say enough about you. I really appreciate you being, you know, on the call here to discuss the stuff that we're doing. So, tell me a little bit. You know, you started coming to my events, in the healing events, and the first day I remember after we were through doing the visualizations and the teachings about energy, and then we did an actual release on that. At the end, you said, Glenn, this is totally, I'm totally into this. This is totally my thing.
It was so,
you know, I want to help you. I want to support you on doing this. Tell me what it was that moved you and that you enjoyed so much.
Well, I'll be honest. I think everyone is just like on their search, you know, for answers. We want to be, I don't think we like walking around like not knowing about life or anything like that. So I guess I came to you through a mutual friend of ours, and they suggested they were like, Glenn's amazing. He studies energy, and he's just like, he changed my life. You have to try it. You have to meet him. And I was a little skeptical, I'll be honest, because, you know, you see all these coaches online, you see all these different methods and things like that. And I feel like I've tried everything, but I'm sure I haven't. And I was like, all right, I'll meet this guy because he's your friend, and you, like, the person meant a lot to me. So I was like, all right, this person really means a lot to you. I'm going to go meet this wonderful human being. And that was you. And I'll be honest, it changed my life. Like, we're sitting down and you talk about the wonderful, intense knowledge that you have when it comes to just the energy world and the things that you've seen and learned, and how energy can be like studied and tracked and moved. And that was just mind blowing to me, because it gave me so many answers that I guess I was looking for all in one room. It was kind of surreal. It was really hard to explain, honestly, put into words. And so we did like the exercises that you instructed us to do, and I just felt so, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I guess you want to say free. Like, a lot of weight had been lifted off my shoulders, and it was so relieving, because I think the funniest thing is we walk around with all this weight and we don't realize how heavy it is until actually someone comes and helps us remove it. And so it was so wonderful to just like go. That was my first experience with your energy awareness training. And I mean, it was phenomenal. So life, I feel like I'm blubbering, but it was really life changing for me, just to see how there's so much information available and that there are people willing and wanting to help. And that just gives so much like hope. So I am forever grateful for you letting me like in on your classes and just letting me like just hear all the knowledge that you've learned and just see it actually in action and just jumping on your lives and watching. It's just, I love having you a part of my life. It's wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. We love having you. We wanted to talk today about performers. I'll jump in here in a little bit. Here in a bit. So
Yeah.
Today what we want to talk about is energy awareness training and performance. And you know, being here in Hollywood, of course, there's actors and singers and rock stars and writers and all these different things.
Yeah.
But we want to talk about how they all correlate into learning about energy, because all the things that you have to deal with, even if you're not a performer, and even if you have a job, whatever your profession is, you got to show up and perform every day. You know, with whatever it is, they're paying you, and you got to do your best. Now, we all know some people perform better than others. Some people seem to have it together more than other people have it together. And the question is, why is that? You know, why, when you have two people who have virtually the same talent and the same education and the same background, why will one be chosen? I guess it's kind of like in the acting profession. Boy, you know, you have, when you have an audition, and I remember when I was going out on auditions, you know, my agent would say, hey, you know, you got an audition for X commercial for this role. So you show up to the casting office and you see about 100 people who look just like you.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy? They look just like you.
You think you're unique until you show up and then everyone has the same color hair, same eyes. You're like, oh.
That's right. That's right. It's like looking at yourself and you're all saying the same lines. You all look alike. Who gets the job? Who gets the job? Who gets the job is the person who is able to exude the energy that they're looking for.
Yeah.
You notice that? What's your experience on that, Taylor? You go to a lot of auditions.
Well, you're right. They're looking for somebody who is exuding the energy that they're looking for. And I mean, first of all, if you're in the industry or want to be in the industry, like quick little thing, don't take it personal. It's never personal. But when it comes to being aware of your own personal energy, when it comes to auditions or even business interactions, anything like that, it's so valuable. Because one thing that I learned from you was that sometimes in these low vibration places, we tend to go a little bit on autopilot, I think. And so it's really important to just be very present when you're doing these things and be aware of the energy, the feelings that are coming up inside of you, so that they don't kind of blur the lines and mess up the performance that you're trying to give. They don't hold you back. They actually can push you forward.
Mm-hmm.
It's super
that's a great point. So for those of you who are new to energy awareness training, this might be your first or second broadcast. Let's create a foundation that we can build upon and give you a couple of minutes here of just basic energy awareness training so that you understand. And energy awareness training is about locating the hidden energies inside us that control us, that we operate from. So if you notice, there's all kinds of directions and energies we have in it. One energy wants us to go this way. Another energy wants us to go this way. We have all kinds, hundreds of energies inside us, and yet they can all be under two headings. One, which is what I taught Taylor, the high vibration energy. You see, when I'm talking about this, I'll remind you that one of the greatest geniuses of the world in modern day history, Nikola Tesla, said, if you really want to understand the mysteries of life, then you'll start to see things in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Okay, think about that for a minute. He says, hey, you want to understand how this whole thing works? Then you want to look at it in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Now, what does that mean? That means in our training that we're able to recognize that we're living in an energetic world, that everything that we do is an energetic exchange. And no matter what it is that we're doing, even life itself is an energy exchange. Why? Because Albert Einstein said, we're all energy, whether it's your body, whether it's the table, whether it's the air, no matter what it is, we're all energetic beings which are giving energy out and receiving energy. So we're constantly interacting with energy the whole time. And what's energy? Everything around you, every activity, people that you meet, taking care of your health, making money, trying to get your career going, whatever it is, you're having an interaction with energy. Now, the energies, what I'm talking about, can be classified in two categories. One is what we call the high vibration energy. This is what Tesla was talking about. The high vibration energy, which is happiness, joy, freedom, abundance, blessings, connection, all the good stuff. Taylor, you want to see here? This is high vibration energy. There it is. There it is. Okay, high vibration energy. Strike the pose. I like that. Okay, so that's high vibration energy. Unfortunately, I don't have anybody on the call here who's low vibration energy, thank God. But the low vibration energy is just the opposite. Anxiety, stress, worry, doubt, fear, failure, all the stuff that we want to stay away from. And yet in our lives, we're constantly interacting with these two energies. You know, sometimes things are going great. Sometimes we're happy. Sometimes everything's, doing what we want. And other times it's just the opposite. Things aren't doing what things are going the exact opposite way that we want them to go. It's not happening, or we don't get what we're looking for, et cetera. So there's a constant interaction with these energies. Now, in high vibration energy, this is the good stuff. The good news is that high vibration energy attracts more high vibration energy. That's very important to know in today's discussion. High vibration energy, when you're around people, for example, when I'm around Taylor, look at this. Look at this face. How can you not be happy and joyful and in high vibration energy when you see that face? When you give her a big hug, I mean, holy smokes, that's high vibrational energy. So, and that creates more high vibration energy, right? Well, when you're around people who are down or who are depressed or who are negative, what does that have a tendency to do? It has a tendency to bring you down. When you're around people who are complaining or, how you doing today? Oh, my neck hurts and it's overcast and I had a fight with my girlfriend and it's like, whoa. That's why you don't want to hang around that energy, because you can actually feel it pulling you down. So every human being is interacting with energy, whether you're energy aware or not. Every human being is having an energetic interaction every day with what you're doing. The important fact is that most people don't know that. Most people don't know that when you're interacting with another human being or a group of people or a job or a business or an activity, that's an energetic interaction that you're having. Why is that important? Because all energies have a power, a purpose, a frequency, a direction that they're going, and they give you information. And this is why energy awareness training is so powerful, because we're able to see greater dimensions of life, not just 3 dimensions, which most people operate from, what we can see and what we can hear, what we can measure. No, when you're energetically trained, you're able to see the results of hidden energies, and that's the big thing that I teach that's separate from anybody else, that we have hidden energies inside us that are constantly trying to influence us, take it a certain way. You guys can feel it. All you have to do to feel it is go on a diet. Yeah. You go on a diet, right? And for the first week, you've got one energy force going, stay on your diet. You're doing great. Everything's great. And then a week later, what happens? Do I want to go on the diet? Do I want to?
You eat 4 donuts in one sitting.
4 donuts. That's right, Taylor. So what do we have? What do we have? We have an energetic pull of things pulling us a certain way, and we have to deal with energies. And let's be a little bit more specific. When we're talking about human energy, we're talking about our thoughts, we're talking about our feelings, we're talking about our emotions, which ultimately drive our behaviors. And our behaviors drive the quality of our lives. This is so important because in energy awareness training, we teach light doesn't come to you, it comes from you. Okay? It doesn't come to you, it comes from you. What does that mean? Well, in energetic understanding, in an energetic understanding, what it means is that the frequency that we're emitting, good, bad, or ugly, but every human being exudes an energy. You might have heard this, an aura or an energy field.
Yep.
We all have an energy field that we're exuding. And that's why when you're around people with good vibes, you can feel it. When you're around people with bad vibes, you can feel it. Sometimes even before they open their mouth, you can feel the energy. Why? Because it's being emanated from internally, from the internal energy that you have. So some of you may have heard my example about the iceberg. The 10% of our energy is above the water that we can see, but what really is running the ship is the 90% of the energy that we can't see. And that's where the human struggle comes along. You know, we say we want to be here, but we go over here. And we say we want to achieve this goal, but we do things that are just the opposite. So does that ever happen to you, Taylor?
Oh my God.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. I'm working on I moved all across the country for a career in the entertainment business. And one thing that they always tell us in entertainment, whether you're a singer, an actor, a dancer, whatever it may be, is basically you're just taking your vessel, your body, and you're accentuating movement training, vocal training, physical fitness. You're trying to make this as best as possible so that you're a more vibrant you. So with that being the example, I move across country to have this career, and literally I ate 4 donuts yesterday. Like,
now, was that high vibration or low vibration?
It probably was low vibration, but it was really good. But yeah. So, I mean, I'll be honest, like, yeah, I think one thing I learned from you gave me a lot of empathy for myself was that, like, I sometimes, like, because I used to beat myself up when I would go in these low vibration states. Like, oh, I just ate 4 donuts in one sitting, literally. What's wrong with me? And I would just beat myself up even more and then push myself to another low vibration thing. So one thing that I loved about, like, taking your class and learning from you is that you were like, whoa, you can be aware that this is a low vibration activity, and you can kind of just be like, all right, no more. I'm just kind of gonna step back and reevaluate where I'm acting from. Is it from the bottom of that iceberg, or is it from and how's it affecting the top part of the iceberg?
Exactly. In fact, my companion sentence with that is that which we can see, we can control.
Yeah.
But that which we can't see controls us. So what's interesting is the way these energies work. If you guys learn one, it's learn how the energies work, because you understand that the high vibration energy attracts more high vibration energy, and low vibration attracts more low vibration energy. Now, why would this be important? You know how important this is to know that? It could literally mean the quality of your life. For example, you're in a relationship with someone. It starts out great, and then it starts to go downhill. And you start noticing low vibration after low vibration after low vibration energy. But a lot of people stay in relationships for codependency, or they hope that it'll change, or they're praying for a miracle. But the energies never lie. The energies will always tell you which way things are going. They cannot repeat. All energy has a power, a purpose, a frequency, a direction, and it gives off information. So for example, when you're in a relationship with someone, that is, that takes a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of concentration. It's a big part of your life.
Yeah.
And of course, you want the relationships to be high vibrational energy. Now,
Of course.
they don't always stay, in a high vibration energy. Sometimes there's ups and downs. Okay, but that's part of relationship. But if you notice a pattern of low vibration energy after low vibration energy after low vibration energy, you can see where it's going. See,
Yep.
the energetic laws never lie. You can see where it's going. Now, if you sort your life by energy, instead of listening to, I got this excuse or I got that, it's just like, hey, I know that low vibration energy is moving a certain way, which is down. And if you stay in that direction, you're going to go down, God forbid.
Yeah.
And it's going to end. And you have that, and you can see it. So the power is to be able to know where the energies are going, where you're at, before you get involved with something or before you decide to make decisions that you later regret. Taylor, you want to say something about that?
No, I think you hit it really like a nail on the head, 100%. Just exactly what you said. I try to use that in my everyday, and it's been like, I mean, it can't stop everything, because I think sometimes, at least for me personally, like with the whole 4 donut situation, like it didn't stop me from eating 4 donuts. My energy awareness training. I need more energy awareness training.
Well, I haven't seen you in a while, so if you'd been hanging out with me, you would have.
But true. But it did. You were so right. The training that I did have, the very little training that I did have with you, it's insane. Just that little bit gave me enough strength to not grab that pizza, to not grab more junk food. Instead, it made me go, okay, it is what it is. I'm aware of what's going on. That energy was trying to bring my physical fitness down, and I'm not going to have it anymore, because I'm going to take my power back, and I'm going to grab a big bottle of water, chug some water, and say, I'm going to start tomorrow with a salad. So,
okay, that's great. That's an example of what we're talking about. See, another way of doing that, which is the bad way, is people, the low vibration energy. By the way, these energies, they contact you in your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions.
Yep.
So it's interesting that, we think that our thoughts, are our own thoughts. No, they're being constantly hacked by these energies. So it's the LVE that says, Taylor, have 4 donuts. No one will know. It'll feel good. Go ahead. So you have the donut. That's exactly what they said. And as we know, in low vibration energy, that the low vibration energy comes with temptation. Temptation. You ever heard that word? And what's the temptation? Have pleasure now. Come on, let's have a hit. Let's have a hit of drugs, or let's have a hit of sugar, or let's have a hit of
cheat on your wife. Like, let's do
cheat on your wife. Yeah, porn. Let's go to the strip show, or let's go to the all night burger. Whatever. It's all the same stuff.
Yeah.
And what it does is this energy gives you an ounce of pleasure followed by a pound of pain. Because the way the energies work is the high vibration energy wants to lift you up, wants to give you long-term fulfillment and long-term happiness. Okay. And usually it takes a little bit of self-restraint or a little bit of discipline in order to ignite that. However, the low vibration, the stuff that we don't want, comes to us and says, hey, donuts, feel good right now. Ooh, like this. She go, yeah, okay. And you grab that, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you get an ounce of pleasure. And then the next day you get to beat yourself up because you ate the donuts. Right? And you get over, why did I do that? I shouldn't have done that. It wasn't on my diet. Come on. And then what happens, I'm glad it didn't happen to you, Taylor, but what a lot of times is that voice, that low vibration energy voice says to you, you know what, you had the donuts yesterday. You might as well just have a pizza today.
Yeah.
And you might as well just, you already blew it. Let's just keep blowing it.
Exactly.
And that's why people go into benders. You ever had that happen?
Oh, when I was younger, I used to struggle so hard with binge eating. So hard. Because I have a lot of self-control, I think, personally. Like, that's one thing I am kind of proud about is I tend to have a good amount of self-control. I'm like, no. But sometimes you got those little, like, those crazy low vibration talking energy things. Just like, come on, just one more donut, even though you've had 3, just one more, you've had 3. And I think what really changed for me is when I was sitting in your class and you were talking about the talk that low vibration energy will talk to you with. This is the first time I heard it. And it was mind blowing to me because I was like, you can actually, like, you can distinguish the voice of if it's good for you or if it's bad for you. Cause I would always struggle, because I think sometimes, personally, this is just my own opinion, and let me know what you think, of course, but like that the low vibration voice energy will make sense sometimes
Always. It's perfectly logical.
Yeah, and it's so logical, and you're just like, I don't know who to trust, and then you get a lot of distrust within yourself, and then you start kind of ripping yourself apart even more because you can't even trust yourself. And so when I remember I was hearing you talk about the speech pattern of low vibration energy, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the thing. So fast forward when I actually reheard it in the present moment, because I think when you're sitting in your class, it's really easy to be like, okay, low vibration energy looks like this, high vibration energy looks like this. But when you go out into your life and you have to take what we've learned into the everyday life, it sometimes can be like, what is this? Like, is this low vibration? Is this high vibration type of thing? It takes a second. And sorry, I'm going like in a circle.
No, you're making perfect sense. I want to comment on that in that these energies, they're not static. They contact you. Especially, we don't have any problem with the high vibration energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's the low vibration energy that we got all the problems with. And understand that the purpose of these energies, the high vibration wants to take you up, and the low vibration energy wants to take you down.
Yeah.
So the key factor is really understanding and really having a grasp on exactly what high vibration energy is and low vibration energy is. And we cover that in our courses. It's not something, you can get in one sitting, because the way they work they're especially the low vibration is very devious. But once you understand the direction, remember I said that energy has a direction, it has a frequency, it has a power and a purpose, and it gives off information. Mm-hmm. So when I'm energetically aware, for example, and I'm doing the things that we teach in our courses, which is to do a daily series of exercises to clean out your low vibration energy and to maximize your high vibration energy. In other words, get rid of the bad and accentuate the good. You're creating an energy field around you and a consciousness that can warn you. It can have you see things that the normal naked eye can't see. So for example, you got 4 donuts on the table. Okay. So in normal consciousness, you go, oh, 4 donuts, it'd be good to eat them. I like donuts. Okay. So why don't I eat them? Well, when you're energetically aware, you understand that even those donuts have an energy. Those donuts have a specific energy as it pertains to you. So if you're on a diet or you're trying to stay fit, eating those donuts represents low vibration energy, because it's not it's not in alignment with who you really want to be, which is having a slim body, being in shape, and being healthy. It's out of alignment. So when you're able to see energetically, it's like for me, when I see donuts, I like donuts, but I know they're filled with sugar, and I know that sugar is not good for me. And I know ultimately I'm going to pay a price. Let me just back up a little bit. Remember I told you the low vibration energy tries to lure us into activities, habits, behaviors that ultimately are not good for us, but they'll give you an ounce of pleasure. They'll give you an ounce of feeling good. And that ounce of feeling good is followed by a pound, 3, 4, 5 pounds of pain. So for that one little, what you got 2 minutes of donut pleasure, and then you got 5 hours of, why did I do it? I shouldn't have done it. What's the matter with me? I get like this, right? And that's how the energies work. Now we're talking something as simple as donuts, but it also works in our jobs. It works in our careers. It works in our health. Everything that we're dealing with is an energetic exchange. And that energy is either going to be in high vibration energy, which is going to take us closer to what we want, or it's going to give us an ounce of pleasure and take us away from what we want. So you know how you feel, Taylor, when you do your workout, and how do you feel afterwards?
Oh, amazing. I feel like just like I can conquer the world. Normally though, I'm a little dead because I try to push it to the max, really get the best out of the workout. But normally, yeah, you feel great. You feel accomplished. You feel stronger. But sometimes after you have 4 donuts, you feel sick. So.
Well, that's if you overdo that. But the point that I'm making is this. The point is that when it's time to work out, there's emotions or feelings that don't want you to do it. I go to the gym and I hoist that weight. So you have a momentary feeling of uncomfortableness, but you recognize that when you follow through on this, you're going to feel good long term. So you overcome 5 minutes of resistance or I don't want to, and you go in and you take that workout. And when you complete that workout, you have a high vibration energy feeling of, wow, I'm feeling great. This is wonderful. And that's the feeling, and that's the energy field that you're in, as opposed to you skip your workout and you eat 10 donuts or 4 donuts. Okay. Well, you get a momentary pleasure, right, from the donuts or from the cake or whatever, but because you skipped the workout and you decided to go in a different direction, that was a low vibration energy direction. And that low vibration energy, the purpose of low vibration is ultimately to make us suffer, to make us feel bad, to take us down.
Yeah.
How far down does it want to take us, Taylor?
All the way down. No more.
All the way down. It can get you to say, life's not worth living, man. I'm checking out.
Oh yeah, it's insane. It's insane sometimes. I mean, I'm so grateful that I met you, because and people that you've instructed and taught, and the wonderful knowledge that just this knowledge has brought to my life and to other people's life, because I'm such a nerd about it. I'll be like, you should go check out Glenn. I'm like, you'll really like his stuff. I'm like, I can't explain it really like he can, so check him out. But it's really funny because there was a point in time in my life where I did want to commit suicide because I was listening so much to that low vibrational voice, and I can't imagine. And now, knowing what I know now, ever doing anything like that, and it's kind of crazy where you'll be in one place in life and then where you'll be in another season, just with a little bit of knowledge. And I can't imagine if I saw you all the time, how life-changing that would truly be.
How good would your life be if you saw me all the time? You couldn't. We can't even imagine. That's the way my life is, because I see myself all the time. That's why I'm. That's
why you're always in good spirits.
That's right. All good. So what we're talking about here is we're talking about the understanding of how energies work, and that everything that we're doing creates an energetic direction.
Yes.
So when we use the example of the gym or working out or eating well, that creates a direction. That activity creates a direction. And if it's high vibrational energy, it's going to create long-term fulfillment. It's going to create good feelings. It's going to make us healthier. It's going to make us happier, etc.
Yeah.
But if it's a low vibration energy, it's going to do just the opposite. Now, here's the thing I want to tell everybody. The energies don't come to us with a sign that says, hi, this activity is high vibration energy.
No.
And this activity is low vibration energy.
Yeah, no, they don't.
This relationship is going to make you feel good for a little bit, and then going to bring you so much pain you don't have any idea about it.
If only.
This place you're going to move into, it's got a great view, but there's mold in the bathroom, which is going to make you allergic and going to mess you up. Light doesn't give you warnings. You got to figure it out for itself. And this was the turning point of how I developed energy awareness training, because I started to see patterns and I started to notice these invisible energies. Now you can't see the energies per se, but you can certainly see the direction that they're going. You can certainly see the frequency that they're giving off. So, you know, a prime example is people have lots of stress. Everybody's stressed out. Why? Because life is stressful. We got to make a living. We're trying to build our careers. We're trying to stay healthy. We're trying to pay our bills. We're trying to fix the car. We're trying to, you know, keep our families, you know, this going. I mean, it's just life is just one big juggle act, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't have a way to create, because all that anxiety, all that stress creates energy inside us. You know, if I say to you, oh, did you leave the stove on? You go, oh, did I leave the stove on? That creates an energy. Thoughts create energy. And either you're in control of your thoughts or the low vibration energy controls them. That's basically what I tell my students. You know, people say to me, oh, my thoughts are driving me crazy. Or I have these urges or these, you know, these obsessions and it's just driving me nuts. I said, oh, so who's in control there? Is it you or is it these forces? And you know, they say, I don't know. I don't know who's in control. All I know is I have these thoughts, feelings, behaviors, or emotions that I don't like, and I don't know what to do about it. You know, willpower doesn't work. I tried willpower, it doesn't work. I tried thinking positive, that doesn't work. You know, Glenn, can you help me? And I say, yes, I can. And you know why I can help you? Because in energy awareness training, nothing changes until energy moves.
Yeah.
So if you don't move that energy, it's going to be the same. So this is what we teach in energy awareness training. What have you found, Taylor, about moving the energy?
It's just, it's a weird feeling. It's hard to explain. At first, my first experience with it, it was like, it felt like a big weight off of my like shoulders, my back, like, I think there was like a side problem that I was having. It just felt like very free. I feel like every time I do the energy release, I find something different every time. We
call that, by the way, EPR, energetic processing and releasing. It's a specific method that I teach to be able to identify these hidden energies and to pull them up and to dissolve them. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, it's like I feel something different every time. I mean, one time I was so joyful, I started like laughing uncontrollably. It felt so freeing, like something broke, and it was wonderful. And then there's been times where I feel like a sense of just like empathy for myself, and it brought me to tears. So it's a really definitely a beautiful experience, but I can't really explain what it feels like. It's almost like good like cleaning, I guess, of like a house or something. A good like just good dusting sometimes, or like sometimes a really good deep clean. You didn't even know your back room was all dirty and you had LVE in that area, low vibration energy in that back part of your emotions. Like it's really wonderful experience. Yeah, it's very peaceful overall. That's what I've noticed.
You made a great point, and that is just like we clean our bodies every day, right? We clean our body. We don't take a week off of cleaning our bodies. We don't even take a day off of cleaning our bodies.
No.
Right? You got to do it every day. That's the process of life. You know, we don't get 10 days in a row at the same time. We get one day at a time. So when you understand that there's a certain rhyme and rhythm to the way life works, and the same principles apply energetically. So if you have to clean your body every day, that's your physical body. Yeah. Well, when we're talking about energy, we're talking about an invisible form, but we can still feel it. Even though you can't see energy, you can certainly feel it. You know, when the Toronto Raptors won the NBA Finals at the end, you saw what the energy looks like. Everybody huddles together, jumping up and down. That's the result of the energies. So it's so important for us to be able to identify and clear these energies that we're dealing with every day, because every day we're dealing with some form of low vibration energy, some kind of anxiety, worry, stress, doubt, fear, comes to us all because we're constantly trying to juggle stuff, and we're dealing largely in a situation that's unknown. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, next week, month.
That's very
So
true.
all we can do is navigate whatever energy's inside us. If I look at my life, if I look at tomorrow in high vibrational energy, then I'm going to feel good about my life. I'm going to feel good about tomorrow, and I'm going to feel good about everything. But if I'm in low vibration energy and I'm scared about tomorrow, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to, where I'm going to be in 5 years, or if I have any kind of worry or doubt, that's a low vibration energy. And what's that going to do? It's going to create more of the same. So again, whatever energies you're in, you're going to create more of the same. Now everybody says, well, Glenn, I guess that means just, think being in high vibration energy and good things will happen to you. Well, if that were the case, then all you'd have to do is think and grow rich. You heard that book?
Yeah.
Think and grow rich. That's all you have to do. Well, I read that book 10 times, when I was 15, and I didn't get rich.
It's a
I
good
did a
book.
lot of thinking about it, but I didn't get rich. Why? It's not just the thinking. It's the energy that you're in. It's the energy that you consciously put yourself in. And this is what energy awareness training is all about. And what I want to do now is I want to make a shift. We're going to talk about specifically energy awareness training in show business and performance and all of this in a minute or two. But I want to just take a break here and give everybody a big announcement today, which I'm thrilled about. And that is, people ask me, Glenn, how do I learn energy awareness training? How do I learn it? Well, people do one-on-one coaching with me. That's one way to learn it. There's also the primary way people learn it is through my online course. And the online course is called Energy Awareness Training. And we have 10 modules, 10 classes. So we have 10 levels of energy awareness training. Each level has 8 to 10 classes about a certain subject that teaches you everything you need to know to be energetically aware. And guys, this energy these courses are priceless, because these are the things we should have been taught in grade school. How do we deal with our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings? What do we do when we go into adversity? How do we deal with rejection? How do we deal with loss? And how can we turn what seemingly is low vibration energy into high vibration energy? In other words, how can we turn our anxiety into confidence? How can we turn our fear into courage? Right? How can we turn our procrastination into massive action? If you're energetically aware, you know how to do that. And the energetic awareness training we teach covers everything that we do from A to Z. So we talk about how to manage your internal state, how to manage your physical states, how to know what energy that you're in, how to recognize, this is the most important thing, how to recognize what energy is coming your way. Because you have to make decisions about relationships, about business, about every day you're making decisions about what's good for you and what's not good for you.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're not energetically aware, which most of us aren't, I certainly wasn't, you make mistakes. You fall in the traps. You do things that aren't good for you. There's a term called self-sabotage, which is you do things that take you away from what you want instead of towards what you want. Have you had that experience, Taylor? Self-sabotage?
Oh yeah. I'm like, there's been multiple times I've called my mom crying. It's just like, I'm like, I wanna do this, but I just can't because of this like limiting belief. This was before like I went through some like training and everything. But
right, this is before.
But like still, even to this day, like what would you say the 4 donuts was? Self-sabotage.
Right.
Like I got like a big call and I was like super excited, but then like an hour later the nerves kick in and then I'm getting a little stressed because I'm jumping too far ahead, and then before I know it, I got 2 donuts. I'm 2 donuts in and I might as well have 2 more. Like that's
right. Or 3 more or 10 more. Or just say that's what they call a bender. People say, when people break their diet, or they start drinking again, or they start doping again, or whatever. They go, it's funny. This is how insidious these energies are. The low vibration energy says, oh, I know you're on a diet, and you've been doing really good on that diet. So why don't you just have a donut? It'll feel good. You deserve it. It's not going to be any big deal, right? Just one little thing, right? And you go, oh, well, and it's all logical. Yes, I've been doing great on my diet. Yes, things are going good. Yes, I'm feeling good. So this voice says, yeah, so you can have a donut.
Yeah.
So you go, oh, okay. And if you don't recognize what who that voice is, you think, oh, okay, I'll have a donut. So you have another donut. You have a donut, and then the voice says, you had one, you might as well have two. I mean, right? Oh, okay. Well, you had two, you might as well have three.
Yeah.
Screw it, man. You're off your diet now. Let's just go for the cake, and let's just go for the pizza. You've already broken your diet, so let's just go hog. What is that an example? Low vibration energy attracts more low vibration energy, attracts more low vibration energy. So after a dozen donuts, a piece of pie, and a chocolate shake, you're like, ugh. You go, why did I do this? What? Why? Because you didn't recognize that little voice right at the beginning that said, oh, you can have one donut. It's not going to make a big difference. That was the low vibration energy trying to pull you into low vibration energy, trying to pull you into that suffering, right? Yeah. And how many times do we make that decision? People who have affairs, they go, oh, they'll never find out. Well, my wife will never find out, or my husband will never find out. What's the big deal? Have a little fun. Well, that little fun, at the time, so much of the time blows up into something you never had thought possible. In one of the course, in one of my energy awareness training modules, we have a whole course. I think it's level 4 course on sexuality, on love, on romance, on relationships. And believe me, it's nothing like you've ever heard before. There's nobody teaching the stuff that we're teaching in energy awareness training because they don't understand the energy. But these we wonder why. How did I get? You ever ask yourself, how did I get here? I'm sure people who land in jail. How did I get in jail? Or I give you an example. You've got this actress who's all over the news, Lori Loughlin, I think her name is. Hey, what show was she in? Do you remember what show she was in? Yeah.
I don't. I'll be honest.
Okay, she was in one of these shows. People will know her well, right?
Probably.
So she has a daughter. And I guess the daughter's not too bright because this gal Lori Loughlin and her husband had to bribe somebody to get her into USC and had to, inappropriate things,
Yeah.
And at the time, the guy who taught her, he says, well, if you want to get her into USC, you're going to have to bribe this. You don't call it a bribe. You're going to have to make a contribution to this thing. You're going to have to do this. And it's hush, hush. Keep it a secret, but we'll get her in. So she figures, okay, sounds good to me. If that's the only way I can get her into college. So they gave somebody $300,000, right? Thinking that, wanting the best for the daughter, but knowing it was kind of sneaky. It wasn't on the level. It was, a below board, which we would say in energy awareness training as low vibration energy. Oh, you're going to bribe, you're going to pay off somebody so they can fake a grade to get your daughter into college, okay? And they go, yeah, people do it all the time. It's no big deal. We'll get her in, and that'll be that. Okay, and that's
pay for effort.
That's exactly how the low vibration energy work. It's just pay the money and she'll get in, no problem. Well, they paid the money, and she got in, and now they busted her, and they busted about 20 to 30 people.
Oh,
and now the some teachers are going to jail. Some administrators are going to jail.
Oh, wow.
She's possibly going to jail too. For what? Ultimately, she tried to do a good thing for her daughter, but the energy around it was low vibration energy. She wasn't energetically aware, right? Yeah. And when you're not energetically aware, it doesn't matter what people tell you, the energy is either high vibration or it's low vibration energy. And if she had known that, if she'd been energetically aware, and if she had been a student of mine, I would have said, well, you're going to pay somebody to get your daughter into college, into a spot that she didn't earn. Is that high vibration or low vibration? Well, it's kind of low. Okay. And what does low vibration energy bring more of? More pain and more suffering. So now all of these people who paid all this money, who are now on the front page of the paper, they've been arrested, they've been disgraced. They wish they'd never had done this. They go, oh man, I wish I'd never gotten involved with this thing. I wish I'd never met this guy who bribed the people. Too late. Too late. You already did it. So what makes energy priceless is because it gives you the ability to see the outcome of what you're doing or what you're about to get involved in before you do it, not after. Now, if you're after, you should have done it, but you got to pay for it now. Now you got to. These people are suffering. They're going through embarrassment and legal stuff. Why? Because they weren't energetically aware to see the results of the actions before they did it. Yeah. You have a comment on that?
I think I would agree with you. I think it is very, very important. There's multiple times, at least in my own personal experience, that like you'll be wanting to accomplish something or do something from a very good-hearted place, or maybe someone comes to you from a good-hearted place, but it's not high vibrational energy, and it's sometimes very tricky to distinguish, like, should I make this action? Should I not take this action? Because I'm coming from a good place, and we talk ourselves in and talk ourselves out multiple times before we ever make any sort of move. So it's just funny. That whole situation actually is a great example of what you're talking about. I really don't have a comment. I think you said it perfectly.
I think okay. So this is what we're talking about. Now, I want to make our announcement here and then turn over to my dear friend and assistant, Dante. We've got an announcement because people ask me, how do we learn energy awareness training? By and large, it's either coaching with me or it's using the modules. Now, the modules, we have 10 different classes, and each class has an 8 to 10 class in each module. So we have them from level 1 to level 10. And we're announcing today we have a 30% off sale. We only do this maybe once or twice a year. 30% off on all of the courses that we offer. So Dante, take it away and tell us what's happening with that.
Absolutely. Thank you, Glenn. So I've been working with Glenn for about 7 to 8 months now. And the two types of people that I've seen come to Glenn for help are either in one of two categories. So one is they have a business, they are really, really proficient at some skill set. One area of their life is really, really handled. They put a lot of hours and time and energy in investing into getting really, really good at one aspect of their life. And they want to look for something that's going to give them an edge. And that's usually why they come to Glenn, because most of the time when you go into the self-help and self-development industry, you're reading books, you're taking courses, you're going to events like Tony Robbins, who's amazing, but the changes that you find there and that you get there, they don't last. And clients who work with Glenn, they do last. They do make lasting change, and they do heal and get to the next level. So that's the first type. The second type are people who, much like myself, came from a very, very toxic and negative background, and they're looking to heal a lot of the painful things they've gone through. Taylor mentioned something about suicide, and I can really resonate with that. I remember having this haze of negativity and just self-attacking thoughts, and it's really terrible because you're striving to be cool. You're striving to be accepted, and not even just by other people, but by yourself. So the other type of people that I've seen work with Glenn are just in a lot of pain. They're dealing with a lot of stress, anxiety, depression, and they make ridiculous amounts of change, like very, very quickly, either going through the course, working one-on-one. I know I did. I stopped smoking. I stopped drinking. A lot of the self-destructive and low vibrational habits were gone. So those are two types of people. If you are one of those two types of people, I just want to run through the different packages that Glenn put together for you guys. So let me share this with you right here. Bam. Okay, so as he said before, 30% off blowout sale. We only do this once or twice a year. Let me take you through each level just to kind of show you, give you a brief little outline, and then I'll pass it back to Glenn, and him and Taylor, excuse me, can close out. So level 1, foundations of energy awareness training. Learn the truth about the hidden energies all around you that affect everything you do, the 90% of life that is hidden. You can learn the same life-changing, empowering tips today that top influencers, coaches, and personal development trainers are using to get rapid change. Level 2, this dives into more along the lines of EPR. So Glenn, real quick, can you jump in on why EPR is so effective?
I can.
People, I know you touched on it earlier, but dive into it a little more.
I can. So level 1 is the starting at step 1. What is energy? How does it work? Why is it important? Why does it give us the leading edge and a maximum advantage? So level 1 is all about what you've heard me teach in bits and pieces, in being able to understand our world from a whole new different place, from a place where you can see more, where you can have more, where you can do more, where you're able to see situations. So for example, all of us operate right now in a 3-dimensional consciousness. We're pretty much, we go by what we can see and what we can hear and what we can measure, etc. Well, we all know scientifically that there are more than 3 dimensions. Science says there could be 10, 12, even more dimensional realities. So what that means is that right now the average person only sees things in a 3 dimension, or roughly about 10 to 15% of what's going on. That means that 80 to 90% of the real realities that's taking place, we don't see them. We don't see them. We're not aware of them yet because we're not energetically aware. You know, it's like infrared light. There's all kinds of things happening around us that we can't see. There are radio waves, there's internet waves, there's high ultra frequency light. We can't see them, but they're still having an effect on us where we go. So in level 1 this is your opening to this incredible world of energy that you should have been taught in the 6th grade of how the energies are affecting you all around. So level 1, Dante, is a great introduction and will give people a real education about the world of energy.
Yeah,
the second level. Oh, go ahead, Taylor.
Well, I can, because I've actually done, I think, level 1 with you. Is that correct, Glenn?
Yes.
Yeah. I think that was super astounding to me. I guess why I was so mind blown about working with you is because I've done a lot of Tony Robbins like stuff and things like that, and they are fantastic. And you learn from these self-help coaches. And when you said nothing changes till energy moves, that is so true. Because it was almost like I was pouring all this wonderful knowledge into this bag that was very old. It was the old mindsets, old things, and things were falling out. They weren't staying. And once I actually did this level 1 with you, it was like I got a new bag that actually could hold the information and the knowledge and the strength and things that I was obtaining from the self-help world and actually make it work and in my life. So I just wanted to say that.
Thank you. Dante.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, look, if you want to create lasting change in your life, if you have a business, if you're, let's say, a musician, actor, actress, some sort of top performer, and you want to look for the edge that's going to differentiate you between everyone else, this is it. So to Energy Awareness Secret, not secrets, just singular, energyawareness-secret.com. It's going to take you to this webpage where it has all of our courses available. And again, it's for 30% off. The other person I mentioned, if you are someone who is dealing with a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, and you're just trying to heal and get back to a state of just enjoying your life on a daily basis, that in and of itself is a colossal win. Just being free of the self-attack and the negativity. Yes. I know me personally, I felt just really out of place and is there something wrong with me? And am I just are these the cards I've been dealt? And that's it, whatever, gotta just get some job that's not, out of the way of I feel like an outcast, and that sucks. But what after working with Glenn and the healing and diving into a lot of the things in my past and seeing those those events dissolved, I just became much calmer. I became much more grounded. And I got out of this frame of having to take, being in scarcity, and moved into a more of a thriving mindset and sharing, like, how can I add value to other people? How can I just share in terms of like a joke or laughter? That was colossal. So if you're a top performer, or if you're someone who wants to heal and just get to a place of self-acceptance and self-love, head to Energy Awareness Training, Energy Awareness Secret, energyawareness-secret.com. We have a ton of packages put together for you. The last thing I'll touch on before I pass it back to Glenn, there is a special offer. If you guys buy levels 1, 2, and 3, you're going to get level 4 and 5 for free. The regular price for all 5 levels is a little over $4,000, but access to all 5 levels today is a little bit over $2,000, which is an amazing deal. Save $2,094, which is an amazing cost investment.
Yeah,
so that was that's what I was going to make at the end of the broadcast, but he made it right now. So right on, Dante.
My bad, I blew the gun.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So coming back, just to finish out this phrase, we have level 1. That's the introduction. We have all the levels are on sale. Level 2 is the advanced working of what you learn. So your education. I mean, we have over 8 to 9 classes in level 1 teaching you all about the aspects of energy. Level 2 is about taking all of that knowledge, that awareness, and learning how to run your own energy, learning how to control your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, learning how to dissolve low vibration energy, bad moods, depression, anxiety, fear. All of those things are completely gone when you learn the techniques here in level 2. So this is a real powerful, and this is the exercise program. It's about 10 to 12 minutes in the morning. I have you do. You're cleaning out your energy system. You're getting rid of all of those negative thoughts in your head, and you're putting yourself in a high vibration energy state. And this is something that all my students, when they do it, it gives immediate change. And it knocks out the negativity and puts you in a high level performance. That's what's happening in level 2. Level 3 is the understanding of the energies of money and of success and your own performance. Now that you have the energy, what do you want to do with it? Well, the first thing usually people want to do is they want to make more money. They want to have a better career. They want to have more success. Well, think about this, you guys. Money is something that we all are dealing with every single day. And whatever your energetic connection to money is going to be the result that you're going to create about money. So do you remember I said, life doesn't come to you, it comes from you.
Yeah.
When you're talking about the energy of money, if you're in an energy state of money, I don't have enough. I gotta go make more. I don't have enough money to pay the bill. What kind of energy is that, Taylor? What kind of energy is that?
Oh, it's lack. It's low vibration. It's very like forceful, rigid.
And what's that going to create more of?
It's going to. So sorry.
Where'd you go? Come back.
Oh, sorry. Someone was trying to call me. It creates more low vibration energy. It's disgusting.
That's right.
I hate that feeling. I don't even want to pretend to think about it. That's the worst part about acting sometimes is you have to put yourself in low vibration states.
That's Taylor, we're going to talk about that in a second. Remind me to talk about Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Remind me to talk about Heath Ledger when we go back. Just want to finish up the point here. Yeah. So level 3 is about money, success, career. And believe me, you don't think energy makes a difference in your career? Holy smokes, money. If you're carrying any kind of dread or low vibration energy around money, around success, about your career, maybe, you're stuck in some job and you hate it, or you don't like your boss, or you're not making enough money, or maybe you tried a business and it didn't work out. Yeah. Any kind of negativity or low vibration energy. What did you learn here in this class? Low vibration energy attracts more what?
Low vibration energy.
Low vibration energy. So your money's not going to change. Remember what I said, nothing changes until energy moves. So these are the first 3 courses that we have. Of course, we have levels 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll go into those maybe later. But for now, most of you are eligible for either level 1, level 2, level 3. And lastly, level 4 is the understanding of sex, relationships, men and women, and how energetically that affects us. This is new, never before released information based on my research and the research of people doing energy medicine and energy psychology about how relationships, sex, and all of these things work. And if you notice, most of the happiness or the unhappiness we have in our lives is about our relationship. It's about how we, right? You got a good relationship, you're happy. You don't have a good relationship, you're not happy. Yeah. Well, we have to deal with this every day, and that's an energy. Our sex life, our desires, that's an energy. How do you deal with it? Some people deal with it successfully, most don't. Most, at least for guys, and it is a curse upon us. Where, you're 20, 30 years old, you're thinking about it all the time. Every other thought is sex, and of course you're trying to be a nice guy and, and not let people know what the thoughts are, but that's the way we're programmed. How do you deal with it? How do you deal with it successfully? So these are the answers to the questions that so many people have. And this is why this has revolutionized all the lives of all my students who've taken this. So these courses are available 30% off the normal price here. And that's going to be here for another 3 or 4 days. That's awesome. Now we got a special that Dante mentioned. If you package level 1, level 2, level 3 together, okay, not only at a 30% discount, we're going to give you absolutely free levels 4 and 5. Now, levels 4 and 5 are $1,500 a piece. Okay, that's how much those courses. When you start getting the advanced stuff, there's an investment to this, because it's powerful inference, life-changing stuff. $1,500 to save $1 million bad decision or $1 million divorce or whatever. You better believe it's worth it. But we're giving that to you if you buy the first 3, level 1, level 2, level 3. So all the information is on Energy Awareness Secret. EnergyAwarenessSecret.com. So the last word, SECRET.com. All right, that's where all the information is. Okay, we'll come back to this. Let's go to the meat of what we wanted to talk about today, which is performance and energy awareness training. So let's bring back our superstar actress, model, and just all around great gal, Taylor, to talk about what is the experience that you have as a performer. Why are some people with equal talent, why does one person get the job and another person doesn't get the job? What is it that they see in these people?
Heck, from everything, I don't really know at this point. I like to say I'm blessed, but like from everything I've seen, I guess there's one thing that I've personally noticed. I can't ever look at someone and be like, oh, they didn't get the job because, her hair is too short. I don't really do that. I always ask myself the question, why didn't I get the job? Like, was there anything that I wasn't doing that wasn't getting me to where I needed to be? And that's where I think the energy awareness training has helped me out so much, is because I read The Secret and things like that. Like, I've looked into all that stuff and who knows. But one thing I have noticed is that if my heart and my head are not in agreement, or if there's just something that's like not in one with me, inside of me, like if there's like a part of me is like has a little bit of doubt or has a little bit of fear, it's not 100% with me. Does that make sense? And so that's when I guess I notice like that'll determine if I'm going to get the job or if I'm not. It's just knowing that, like, being aware of the energy inside of me, because say I have to go in for a very charismatic, confident character, but yet this entire past week I've gotten, a bunch of no's on callbacks, or maybe I messed up, or maybe I'm not feeling the greatest, or something like that. That low vibration energy will always try to sneak in and tell me like, maybe it's not for you. Like, you can't play, you got to really put on, maybe you should do this differently so you could be this, and try to do all this other stuff. And that's when I go, whoa. This feeling, this emotion is here. Obviously I can hear it, I can feel it, it's uncomfortable, it's something I don't want to continue on or bring into the audition room with me. And that's when I just take a second and I do the breath work and what was the the letters that you use for it?
EPR,
EPR, thank you. And that's when I stop
energetic
and
processing and release. Yeah.
yeah, that's when I stop, and I'll do it in my car sometimes. I'll roll down a window because he told me it's very important. I'll roll down a window and I'll do EPR. And it's really funny because I was actually trained as a Meisner actor, which is method acting, very similar to Heath Ledger. And one of the things that they actually have us do before stepping into that character is to check in with yourself. And it's very similar to EPR. That's why it was so mind-blowing when I came to you, because I was like, I found so much release in it's called checking in with yourself, checking in with myself. And then with EPR, it's very sitting with yourself, feeling it, breathing, and all this other stuff. So that's one thing I've noticed as an actor, that you just have to be very aware of everything that is in your vessel, the emotions, the strength, the weakness, everything. And energy awareness is like number one. I think it's probably like helped me with like maybe like 6 auditions at this point.
Wow. You know, I want to mention on what you said. So when it comes to performance, energy, no matter whether you're an accountant or whether you're an actor, whether you're a singer, whether you're a writer, we all have to show up and we all have to perform. You know, and that's what we get paid to do. We get paid to perform. Even if you're bagging groceries at the supermarket, you got to perform. You got to, you got to put that stuff in the bag. Well, here's the thing: the quality of the energy that you're in is based on your performance. So if you leave the house, you know, in the morning and you oversleep and you don't get breakfast and you have a quick shower and you cut yourself shaving and your shirt's unbuttoned and you show up to work, you're bringing an energy field there. You're bringing an energy field that is your brand, that is connected to you, that people associate with you. So, you know, in this example, you know, guy shows up, you know, shirt tails hanging out, you know, and you're running in there, he's all discombobulated. People are going, whoa, Mr. Chaos here. You know, this guy doesn't have it together. You know, he's not self-disciplined. He's not organized. He's showing up late, etc. So that's what I mean by your energy gets to where you're going before you do, as opposed to when you go see a top flight entertainer and when they make their appearance. You know, I saw Frank Sinatra, the singer, a long time, you know, in one of his last performances. And I'll never forget it. When he walked on that stage, everything was just perfect. And he walked on that stage, the people just went nuts. I mean, I've never seen anything like just walking on the stage. People gave him a standing ovation. You know, why? Because his energy and the brand that he's created for himself through the years creates high vibration energy in people. And it's the same thing with you. Wherever you go, every morning at 9, every Monday morning at 9 o'clock, you're showing up to perform. And the degree of your success is going to be the degree of your performance. The degree of your performance is going to be based upon your energy, the energy that you're in or the energy that you're not in. Now you can see with Taylor, you know, she bubbles high vibration energy. People like that. People like being around that. And when she goes out for parts, when she's in this energy, she gets hired. Now, she has challenges like the rest of us. You know, sometimes the LVE comes in and wants to wreck your day. You know, sometimes it attacks you. See, the low vibration energy can hack into our thoughts and into our emotions without us knowing that. And that's one of the things that we teach. Exactly how that works, we go into the courses. But you ever have a whacked out thought? You know, Taylor, have you ever had a whacked out thought where you're, you know, maybe you're standing on a railing, you know, on a high building, you're looking at the view and this voice inside says, jump, just jump, you know, or some kind of, what?
Yeah.
You're like, where's that thought come from? You ever have thoughts that you're like, man, that's whacked out. How could I think something like that? That is so weird. It's you had that experience?
Oh, of course. I think the scariest thought though is like, I've had those thoughts, of course, the crazy ones, like jump, like, you know, like maybe you could fly, like all this crazy stuff. I think the scariest thought honestly is the one that's not that easily like, whoa, like I just thought that. It's a thought like, you should go home, you should give up, like that thought to me is more scary than like, you should jump off the building. Because it's so easy for me, like, I'm not going to jump off the building. I'm like, no, I'm enjoying my day. I'm not going to do that.
That would ruin your whole day. Jumping off that
Yeah.
building would ruin your whole day.
Exactly. And so to me, that's funny. But like the real thought of like, you should give up, you're not talented, or you made a mistake, or like those things, those low vibration thoughts really, like, there's sometimes it can take your wind. It can take a second. You're like, I can't even listen to that. Like, I can't, that's not gonna happen, because it's so close to, I guess it's too close to home. Does that make sense? Like
Sure.
It's too
And
sneaky.
it's what we mentioned. It's perfectly logical.
Yeah.
You know, when things happen. I had an example that I gave yesterday that when I first started doing this work, I read about a guy who he was the only guy who jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge and survived.
Yeah.
And what happened to him is he was dating this girl who was they were high school sweethearts. Maybe you can relate to this. Dating high school sweethearts, and they were talking about their future, how they wanted to be together forever, and they're going to build a life together. And then high school, so they graduate and they go to different colleges, and the guy's still madly in love, and you know, want to get married as soon as possible. And after a semester or two, the girlfriend says, you know, I think we should date other people. I think, you know, I think we're too young to get married, and I want to date other people. And for the guy, he said, but I love you, but you're all I ever wanted. What about all the plans we made? She goes, sorry, don't feel the same. So they broke up, and this guy was devastated. I don't know if you've ever felt that, but I certainly have, you know, a devastation in a breakup. And this is an example of how the low vibration energies try to influence our thoughts, because he started having thoughts at I think he was 20 years old. At 20, hey, you're never going to be loved again. That was the last love you're ever going to have. You know, no, she doesn't love you anymore. You're unlovable. And if you're unlovable, why is life worth living?
Yeah.
You need to off yourself. Let just go jump off the bridge. You know, and he's like, oh, I don't want to do that. But you're right. I am lonely, and I do miss her, and I'm depressed. And remember I said low vibration energy attracts more what? Low vibration energy. So he actually went up to the Golden Gate Bridge, and he was fighting, because a part of him said, I don't want to end my life.
Yeah.
But this voice inside it says, no, do it. No, you'll feel better. Your pain will go away if you just jump. So I went, oh, okay. So he gets up on the ledge, you know, and the voices inside him are going, jump, jump, jump. And he goes, well, okay, because he didn't know, he wasn't energetically aware, right? He thought that the low vibration energy thoughts were his thoughts. So the guy jumps. He jumps. Boom, hits the water 200 miles an hour, breaks his legs, breaks his back. Thank God he was in the hospital for a year, but he got out. And now he lectures people, telling them, hey, you can't believe everything you think.
Yeah.
He goes to schools and say, hey, you know, if you're down or you got a tough time, don't believe the thoughts that say to hurt yourself, or the thoughts that say you'll never be loved. Those aren't your thoughts. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild?
Is. Yeah, it is. It's definitely interesting for sure. It's there's so much I want to say right now. It's just, yeah, it is kind of wild.
Well, I'm sure when you get that thought, bring it up. I just wanted to make the point is that as we live our lives, you can't live your life in a vacuum. You've got to deal with energy. You're dealing with energy every day that you're alive. And if you're not energetically aware, this low vibration energy will take its toll. Now, you can just, you know, sit for a minute and let the thoughts go. We have roughly about 50,000 thoughts a day coming through our head. And half of those thoughts are low vibration energy. Worry about this, worry about that. What about this thing? What about that thing? And that's why our thoughts drive us crazy. And that's why the work of energy awareness training is to eliminate emotional and energetic suffering. And you know where 99% of that suffering is? In our head, in our thought processes, in our emotions, from these energies that are trying to spin us and pull us down. Yeah. Now, go ahead. You want to say something?
I was just gonna say, I think I'm really, I don't want to say like, one thing that has helped me when I came learning from you is that like, as in the background of an actor is they always say to look when you play a character to look at the not just look at the script, but create an inner dialogue, because every person, whether they're saying, "Hey, how are you?" is having an inner dialogue go on. And I learned that at a really young age doing acting, but I was reminded of it going through life and then learning about my own personal character, like who Taylor is, and the inner dialogue that I was carrying through doing your courses. It was like, it's kind of crazy. It made me love acting more.
Well, that's great. That's great. You mentioned something really, really important, and that is when we were talking about Heath Ledger, for example.
Yeah,
Now,
it was fantastic.
he was one of the great young actors of his generation.
Yep.
And what happened to him? Well, he got a part playing the Joker in Batman, and in that particular movie, the Joker was the ultimate low vibration energy. So I mean, killer, everything, low vibration energy. Didn't care about people, selfish, greedy, criminal, violent, etc. So Heath, being probably a method actor, so I got to put myself into that state of mind. I got to be that. That's what the method people, they actually got to be that thing.
Yeah.
And have that experience as opposed to just acting about it. So he started living his life as the Joker, looking at life in dark and in violence and in blackness and in despair, for days, weeks, months.
Yeah.
And what happened to him, Taylor?
I believe he overdosed, if I'm not mistaken.
It was a drug suicide.
Yeah, drug suicide, a self-induced overdose.
It was right. He was on hardcore meds.
See, that's the terrifying thing. I know this sounds crazy, but I think acting is a wonderful example for life, because I think we're all kind of acting, not faking it, but like we're all kind of acting our way through life. You've said similar things.
Sure.
And it's interesting because when I came out to LA, I almost completely walked away from acting because I approached acting from a method standpoint. And one thing it tells you to do is to pull on the issues, the pains of life, the low vibrational wounds or whatever that you may personally carry or that your character may have to carry, and you need to really feel them. And the problem is with that type of acting, if you aren't educated on how to, and I'm not saying he's not educated because he's a fantastic actor, but if you don't every day do the step back, the take these energies out of you, to check in with yourself, to clear your own personal body of that character, of that energy, of that day, whatever it may be, if you don't do that, it will rip you apart. It actually will start splitting your psychosis. And that's where a lot of method actors will run into the problem of going into drugs, committing suicide, or completely losing their mind. It's because they're not taking this energy out of them, cleansing their body, their energy body, and pushing this back and going back to their natural state or their high vibrational self.
Sure.
It's so important as an actor, and it's so important as a person to just every day, because every day is new, just step back and just clean off your day. Don't take that story of this person treated me bad in this relationship 5 years ago, and because they left me, I'm no longer worthy of love. Don't carry that for 5 years. Clean it out. Do the coursework. Do it. It is so beautiful, and it is life changing and probably life saving, I'm sure, to many people.
That's the key thing that you said there. It's life saving. So much of this work can be life or death. Yeah. So much of this work is, you're not just for actors, but everybody. When you get stressed, that stress is an energy that attaches itself to your energy body.
Yeah.
That's why, when people feel stress, what do they do? Where do you feel a stress? Ugh. When people have ulcers, God forbid, where is it? Ugh. It's right around your gut. And that's the location that we make for the energetic body, where the energetic body stuffs and catches all of our low vibration energy emotions. So if I'm worried about, oh, did I lock the front door? Or, oh, is the car going to start? That little hey, energy unit that attaches itself inside my energy body. Now, if I'm really upset, if I'm mad at somebody, or if I'm in an argument, that's big time energy stress. Where does it go? Right inside you. That's why you feel it. That's why when you get upset or something affects you, it takes hours, sometimes days, to get it down to where you can function again. Why? Because the energy is clinging to your energy body, and it's inside you externally. Yeah. And that's why when you get upset, it's a lot of times when you've gotten upset or had to deal with some low vibration energy thing, the energy is not just that thing, it's other stuff, other stuff that's compounded, in man-women situations, I remember one time, my girlfriend said to me, you didn't put the cap on the dishwasher. What's wrong with you? And I said, you're yelling because I didn't put the cap on the dishwasher? Do you think that's a little bit overboard? And she goes, well, it's not just that. Remember you didn't pay enough attention to me at the party last night, and and I've been having to do the grocery shopping last week, and you didn't
got to build up
my
there.
birthday, and it's like, oh, here it comes, right? And that's what happens if we're not clearing our energies out daily. It compounds and compounds, and it's just like a compactor, or what do you call those things? You put the energy out.
You're stuffing it.
One thing there, it blows up.
Yeah.
And when it blows up, that's when we really get out of control. If you notice, when people do things, they get violent, or they yell, or they do crime, or shoot people up, God forbid. Those are usually as a result of tremendous low vibration energy that has been stuck in that energy body so strong that it can't take it. It's an eruption. That's what they call a breakdown. Breakdown is you can't handle it anymore, because the low vibration energy is a complete overload. So this is what we made. This is what we do. Now I just finish off the Heath Ledger thing, and then we're going to start to wrap up here. So what he did was he went into that darkness and he accessed low vibration energy. That's not hard to do. You just start thinking, about bad things or depressing things or what's wrong in your life, or think that the world owes you a living, etc. You go down that direction, you can start creating massive low vibration energy.
Oh yeah.
But if you don't know how to clean it and clear it, it's going to stay there. And that's what happened to Heath Ledger. That energy, all that low vibration energy that he was a master at creating for his part in Batman, when Batman was over, the energy was still there. He had no idea of how to clean it or clear it. So he started taking drugs to numb it, to deal with it. And what happened? Taking drugs is a low vibration energy, which is going to create what? More low vibration energy. So do you see the spiral, you guys? The negative energy created the low vibration energy, created the low vibration energy behaviors of drugs, depression, etc. And pretty soon, the low vibration energy is in full control, and boom, out you go. It's the same thing that happened with Anthony Bourdain, on CNN. The guy had everything to live for. He had the dream job. He was making $1 million a year, traveling, eating great. But somewhere along the line, he was flirting with low vibration energy. He was allowing that to happen. And one night, in a very dark moment, that low vibration energy gave him a strong impulse to do himself in. Because, what's the use of living? Whatever it was. And that thought, that energy got him to do himself in, unfortunately. And we're all dealing with that. Every human being is dealing with these energies. In energy awareness training, you know how to master it. So you either master your energies, or the low vibration energy masters you.
Yeah.
Okay. Dante, I want to bring you on. We're going to do our last segment here. Bill, if you could just mention what's happening with us and the offer we're giving everybody here.
Absolutely. I kind of want to add real quick on what you guys were saying. Taylor mentioned earlier that he felt that doing a lot of your releases, you feel like this weight that kind of lifts off you. And the coolest thing, besides the healing and besides being able to spot opportunity and attracting more high vibrational people, places, events, habits into your life, the cool thing is you move out of your head and you start living in your body. When that happens, it becomes less intense. Like the anxiety ebbs away, it leaves you, and what's replaced is just this very light, free-flowing, abundant, bubbly. Like it's very easy to share, and you get out of this competitive frame. So yeah. I just want to throw that in there because I think that's amazing. Like when I do the energy platform every day, especially after a session with one-on-one session with Glenn, I'm just like bouncing like on air. It's insane, and it's talking to people. I'm just talking to everybody. Like, hey, what's going on? It's so easy to joke, and I'm not even aware of what I'm even talking about. It just like comes out, and sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's awkward. But the point is that I'm sharing, I'm just expressing, and I'm not in. If you look at people who are depressed, they have all these thoughts, and they're just laying in bed. It's an effort and a battle just to get out of bed. What is that? You're just thinking too much. It's way too many thoughts. You're identifying with the thoughts. They're weighing you down. So I just want to throw that in there real quick. It's an amazing experience when you get out of your head. You start embodying your body and living from your body. It's an amazing thing that happens, and it's pretty cool. And that's one of the cool things.
Moving the energy, I wanted to mention that it's not just positive thinking. If positive thinking works, we wouldn't be here. It's moving the energy out of your head, and that's the place where all the suffering is. If you got emotional suffering going on, it's because your thinking process is located primarily in your head. When you shift your energy, when you shift where you locate your energy, like for example, I have people get out of their heads and go to another part of their body and breathe from another part of their body. And when you do that, you disconnect the power that low vibration has over you. Sorry, Donnie, go ahead.
No, I mean, perfectly said. So listen, again, you're the two types of people here. You're one person who you have a business, you're successful in some area, and you're looking for the edge to separate you from the competition. You're looking for something that's going to take you to the next level. So you're making even more money, having more happiness, having more fulfillment, and it's just more excitement. So that's you. Or the other person, you're someone who's suffering from a lot of anxiety, depression, stress. Being in your own body is not a good thing. It's a battle. It's very, very stressful. And if someone else was kind of teleported in your body, their experience of you would not be good at all. And that's the place I was coming from. If that's you, either of those two people, then definitely take advantage of this offer that Glenn put together for you guys. Head to energyawareness.secret.com. That deal is going to be going on, as you said, for another few days. Take advantage of that. Like this is the most important thing, the most important skill set that you can learn. If I didn't meet Glenn, like I probably would have committed suicide. I was at a point where I had my car repossessed. I lost the will to just like go to work. I was just contemplating like maybe I should just be homeless. Like maybe it's easier. Like it's insane. Like it's insane. You fall into these rationalizations and these thought patterns, and you start to identify with them. And your self-worth goes down the drain, your ambition goes down the drain, and it's very, very easy for someone who, is just quote unquote normal. You just have a normal 9-to-5 job, or someone at an elite level like Heath Ledger, or Chester Bennington from Lincoln Park. It's so easy. So don't save yourself time, save yourself pain. Pick this up.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Another thing I'd mention, if anybody, he mentioned profiles of people. If you want to have the leading edge in personal development, if you want to be able to rise above your competition in whatever you're doing and being able to increase your percentages of being able to see more, do more, have more. I mean, what would it be like to be able to predict your future? Would that be of value to you? Well, when you're energetically aware and and you're really aware of how the energies work. We just gave you the headlines here, but when you study energy in the way we teach you, you're able to read the energies. Again, remember I said energy is the power, a purpose, a frequency, and a direction. and it gives you off information. You're going to be able to know what direction that energy is moving in. So you're going to be able to know if something's moving in a high vibration energy direction, which is something you want to be involved with, or if something's moving in a low vibration energy direction, and that's something you don't want to be involved with. Now, the energies never lie. The energetic principles never lie. They always come through because they're energy, they're laws. But people lie. You know, people say things that aren't true. You know, in relationships, I come back to that because that's where a lot of people struggle. You know, they tell you they're going to love you forever, or they're going to be true to you, do all those things, and that's not always true, is it, Taylor?
No, it's not.
It's not always true that they do that. But if you understand, if you can read the energy pattern that someone's in, then you're not listening to what they say. That what they say is the 3%. Whatever energy level that they're in is the 90%. So this gives you incredible advantages when you're working with people. Some people who, I work with a lot of other influencers and other coaches. Why this is so powerful is because when you're coaching someone, you're going to be able to see them on a multi-dimensional level. It's not just what they're telling you. You know, they could say, well, I'm trying to lose weight, or I'm trying to do this, or okay. But if you get energy that there's a blockage, if you're able to see that stuck energy, you're going to be able to know things about them that they don't even know about themselves. If you're going to do a business deal, it's so important. You know, investments, who to trust, who not to trust, right? So many decisions we're making in business. For example, you guys heard about Bernie Madoff. You know, he had a 20-year track record of giving 10% returns. Investors loved him. I mean, he was the king of Wall Street for 20 years, plus 20 years, you know, and he had a $6 billion fund. Well, if you're energetically aware, what you do is you go, okay, what's the deal? How does this work? What's the real truth behind this? Because high vibration energy is open, it's transparent, it tells the truth. And this is what we want in relationships and business partners and investments. We want open, transparent, and truth. So somebody who's not telling you the truth, somebody that you catch in lies, somebody who you have no idea what they're doing or how they're doing it, that tends to move towards low vibration energy. Now, the low vibration energy doesn't always show up immediately. That's like in relationships. You know, if you've been with the guy and you know he was a great guy for 6 months, but he always cheats. Well, that doesn't show up when he's taking you out the first month or two, right? It shows up later, but the potential for that was there the first day you met him, or you have an investment that looks good, okay, looks good, but
yes, true.
We want long term. We don't want short term. We want long term happiness. So this is you know, somebody, one of my science friends called energy awareness training the science of everything, the theory of everything. Because everything that we're dealing with, like, what's the solution, you know, to being happy? What's the solution to being fulfilled? What's the solution to having a great relationship? What's the solution, you know, to being financially free and having the life you want? All of those are connected to energy. Everything of it. You got it. Whatever you want in life, even if you want a, you know, big brand new Porsche, and you don't have it now, you're going to have to move through an energy to get it. And the energy is going to be either high vibration or low vibration energy. So this is the power of what we're talking about here. It's very powerful. And I am so thrilled, you know, working with Dante and the rest of my staff. We want to get this work out to people. You know, that's our goal. Our goal is to train 1 million people with energetic skills for the purpose of eliminating suffering. Yes, you know, pain is inevitable in life, but suffering is optional.
Yes.
And if you're energetically aware, you don't have to suffer. You know, if you have a breakup, you don't have to be depressed for a year, you know, or if God forbid you lose someone you like, you know, you don't have to go downhill, or you get rejected on something. It doesn't need to take you, right? If you're in the right energy. But understand that these energies are constantly contacting you. It's not that you go out to meet them, they come looking for you. Especially the low vibration energy comes looking for you every day. When you have a thought that says you're not good enough, maybe you should quit, maybe life's not working, Why does my life suck? Those are all low vibration energy thoughts for the purpose, not your thoughts. It's a foreign energy that's trying to make its agenda, create its agenda, which is to create chaos and suffering in your head for the purpose of taking you down. If you're aware of that, you can avoid that. If you're not aware of it, then you're going to suffer the consequences that most people do, which is, you're happy one day, sad the next, life's going good one day, sucks the next, the up and down. William Shakespeare said most people live lives of quiet desperation. And when you're desperate, that means you're not in control. That means you're trying to fight whatever the forces of life are giving to you. But remember what I told you today? That's the fallacy, because life doesn't come to you. It comes from you.
From you.
Comes from you. Now, how does that go, Taylor?
It doesn't come to you. It comes from you.
Comes from you. So what we do in energy awareness training is we create internally we neutralize all the low vibration energy and we access the high vibration energy. And how that shows up, is abundance in money, is abundance in health, is abundance in relationship, and all the good stuff. If you want to know what living, walking, high vibration energy looks like, here it is. That's the picture of it right there. Our friend Taylor. So we are offering this sale today, and it's going to be a 4-day sale.
Oh,
and it's all of our courses from levels 1 to level 10 are 30% off. 30% off. Whoa, that's a major savings.
Yeah.
We have everything written out on our page, Energy Awareness Secret. Energy Awareness Secret. Like, what's the secret? Energy Awareness Secret.com. So if you go there, you'll see all the things that you get, and you can buy one course, you can buy 2, you can bundle. If you bundle the 3,
do the bundle.
You'll get $3,000 in courses absolutely free.
That's amazing.
Holy smokes. But that offer is only good for the next 24 hours.
Is it Christmas?
Okay. Next 24 hours, we'll give you the levels 4 and 5 if you bundle it. Okay. That's good for the next 24 hours. But the sale is going to last for 4 days, and we want to get the word out to this. So if you found this helpful, go to the page, Energy Awareness Secret, and order 1, order 2, or bundle the courses, and start learning this information. So we're gonna start out with Dante. Anything you want to say here before we start to say our goodbyes?
Absolutely. So again, guys, really quick, we're going to be doing this every Sunday at 11 a.m. PST time. We're going to have different guests on. And besides getting your questions answered in the chat, we're also going to offer one-on-one coaching to demonstrate how effective this training is. But apart from that, especially, again, I really want to touch on this, especially if you're dealing with something like addiction or self-sabotage. Huge.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if it's food, cigarettes, alcohol, God forbid, drugs. If you're dealing with addiction, self-sabotaging behavior, procrastinating, putting things off, it's hard for you to stay in this state of proactivity. And that's one of the biggest signs of high vibrational energy. And we actually talked about this in last week's video. It's not, waiting for the right time or waiting to feel good. It's putting yourself in that state and being proactive about going for the things you want in life. Your students and clients, the people you've worked with and coached, they go on to make thousands of dollars. They go on to do massive public speaking speeches. They go on to do so many amazing things that you can't make that happen when you're an LVE. You can't make that happen when you're dealing with a lot of self-attack and you're weighed down with this dense and heavy energy. So take advantage. Like, if you actually want to get the things you want in life, if you actually want to reach your potential, actualize your potential that we all have deep down, make it happen. Energy Awareness Secret.
Dante, do we have a chat, or do you have access to the chat for the Facebook Live?
Yeah, let me bring that up real quick. Keep talking, and I'll give you a signal when I bring it up, and I'll see if anybody has any questions.
All of you on Facebook, would you do us a favor and just say hi? And if you've got something out of this and you have any questions, please feel free to ask, but at least just give us a shout say hi and tell us where you're from. Should have had you do this in the beginning, but it really helps us. You know, if you've gotten value, I try to give you as much value as we can here in the time that we have. And
Nikolai said, amazing live session. I like Taylor's energy and hearing from other people's perspectives about the teachings.
Great. Well, we all know it. We all love Taylor. I mean, who doesn't? But
I love you guys.
if you could just give us a shout out and tell us where you're from, we appreciate it. And any feedback that you want to give us, any questions that you have, we're going to go, just a few more minutes. Be happy to answer any questions you have about the sale, about levels. How do you learn an energy awareness training? Either by personal one-on-one coaching with me, or you learn through the modules that we have. We have 10 modules, levels 1 through 10. Each module has between 8 and 10 different courses that last from anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. I mean, this is complete information of how this works. It's not just, a 5-minute deal. I go into complete detail on how all the aspects of energy works, especially on all the topics. So if you're into personal development, if you want leading edge information, like the many influencers that come to me, some of them, they're world famous. They're on the internet. Some of them are actors that, I mean, these people are very successful. Why do they come to study energy awareness training? Because we know things that they don't. We have access to information and training that can take you from where you are to where you want to be. And that doesn't mean just financially, it means emotionally. I have students who come into my office here. You see them on the cover of People magazine. Some of them are got over $100 million.
Yeah.
But inside they're empty. There's total low vibration energy going on. Some of them you can read it. Some of them are described in the magazines, the episodes they go through. Nothing changes until energy moves. So many people go and I have medical doctors who are students. I have psychologists who are students. I have counselors who are students. When I asked them all, I said, hey, you're a psychologist, and you're coming to me, which I'm not a psychologist or a doctor. I just do energy work and energy therapy. And they say, yeah, because the stuff I've been doing hasn't worked. And I hear that your stuff works. And I go, yeah, it works because the primary difference between me and them is that I know nothing changes until energy moves. So we come here, we move the energy, and they start feeling great. Some of them like to keep a profile. Others proclaim energy awareness training all over the internet. You've seen many people of that, a lot of guys that a lot of thought influencers, a lot of personal development trainers, recommend and endorse my work. And they're teachers on their own. They teach personal development. They teach all. Why are they learning personal development from me? Because no one goes after the energetic aspects of life. We do an energy awareness training. No one's ever talked to you about relationships in terms of energy. No one's ever talked to you in terms of your career and finances and money in terms of energy. And energy is the 90%. It runs everything. The 10% is just the positive thinking, the trying to find the solutions. And trying to find the solutions, if we don't know what the answer is, and we keep asking ourselves what the answer is, it's looking in a cupboard for cheese. If you open up the cupboard and there's nothing in there, you only need to open it once. But if you keep opening the cupboard, where's the cheese? No cheese. Oh, it should be cheese here. No, open up the cupboard. Where is it? Open up the. You see what I mean? So this gets results. Taylor, take it away. What did you want to say about that?
Well, I guess if anybody's on here, I guess one thing that I do to myself, and I would encourage anyone who's listening, is ask better questions. Like, do you honestly because I used to struggle with depression. So I understand the perspective of someone who's like wants to lay in bed and doesn't want to take action to get the results that you would love to have, like that joy, that freedom, that the not depressing thoughts, like of all that. And it comes across easier to stay in where you are. You're like, oh, well, it sounds so hard, energy awareness training. It's really not. If anything, like you're making, like if anybody like is out there that's like debating, you're making it harder on yourself by not just like going with that direction, just going in that freedom flow. You're like almost holding yourself back, fighting yourself, using so much energy to like go backwards. It just doesn't make any sense. But I know, because I've been in that position, that sometimes it makes sense to be like, oh, I just want to stay in bed. I don't want to take any actions. I don't want to, work with anybody, because this will go away. This is a phase, right? Or maybe my life is just horrible and it's stuck like this and nothing can ever fix it. Like, that's silliness. Like, stop fighting. If you're listening right now, just stop fighting yourself. Just take a breath and go in this direction if it's something that you just even feel slightly inclined about, because it is life-changing, and there's so much freedom on the other side. There really is. There's so much like joy, lightness, just control and encouragement and empowerment. Like, I love feeling empowered. I'm obsessed with it. And I love seeing other people feel empowered. And that's one thing I love about you, is because you love to empower people. And so, like, if you want to be empowered, if you are sick of feeling tired, if you're sick of feeling weak, if you're sick of feeling depressed, if you're sick of feeling like you're doing something wrong all the time, or you don't even know what's going on and you just wish you would stop doing these crazy circles of life and getting nowhere with it, then quit. Just quit. Like, just go into this direction. It is so worth it. It is so completely valuable, and it's life-changing for yourself, and then you get to spread it and help other people go on this journey too. So, I mean, that's all I really have to say. It's like,
Wow, that's beautiful. I love that. Let's see if we have any questions for myself or Taylor. Dante, what you got on the chat?
Absolutely. Let's see.
my phone might die. Just
Comments. Light doesn't come to you, comes from you. Life doesn't come to you, comes from you. This is so big. Hi guys, Nikolai from Denmark here. Hi. How to stop the extreme need for validation. Also, thank you for this.
Okay, let's answer that. I'll answer, and then I'll go over to Taylor. Needing validation. When you need something to feel whole, that's a low vibration energy. That's, again, you are identifying the energies. Low vibration energy: lack, neediness, obsessive, don't have enough, wanting, if only. You feel that energy? Oh, if only I had this, then I'd be happy. If only I could get people to approve of me. If only girls would like me. If only she'd say yes.
Yeah.
That's common for most guys. If only I could get validation. And that's not only with girls, it's with our work, it's with our peers, it's with whatever our career is. Okay, so again, low vibration energy, that's a low vibration energy. Low vibration energy attracts more low vibration energy. So as long as you're feeling lack and limitation as far as getting approval, you're gonna get more non-approval. You get it? Because you're in low vibration energy and you're needy. You need it. You want it. Well, guess what? You ain't gonna get it, because the more you need it, the less you get it. You ever heard that saying? The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Why? Because the poor people need money. I need it. They're in a state of lack, of not having. And when you're in a state of not having, which is low vibration energy, you're going to get what? More low vibration energy, more not having, more poverty, etc. God forbid. Whereas when you're in a high vibration energy, if you already have something, like one of the things that we do in energy awareness training in our exercises is we tune into the high vibration energy and put on the energies of approval, put on the energies of happiness, put on the energies of gratitude. So we source them from our own energy, from our own connection to the high vibrational energy. So when I'm feeling approval or acceptance, the only person that can give that to me is myself. Think about that. The only person that can give me lasting approval and acceptance is you. Because if anybody out there can give it to you, they can also do what? What, Taylor? What can they do? They can give it to you. They can do what?
They can take it away.
They can take it away. And that's where the pain is. So if you're getting artificial approval, if your approval is based upon the guy or gal you're dating, And you love it that, in the beginning they're lovey-dovey and you get lots of approval, and one day they go, up, I don't love you anymore, or I don't approve of you, or I don't want to be with you anymore. Bye-bye. Then where are you? All of those wonderful feelings you had now turn into pain and sorrow and lack. Why was that? Because you were looking for something, you were looking for an energy that you can only give yourself. You can only give yourself. Feel good. If you're looking for something to make you feel good, hey, alcohol, hey, have a couple of drinks, feel good, have a joint, have a blast, a blow, or go to the peep show and look at porn. Whatever the thing is that gives you that little hit, when it stops giving you that hit, you're going to need more of it and more of it and more of it. And that's how addiction was created, because I need something outside of myself to make me feel good. Well, in energy awareness training, we create our own energy field of high vibrational energy. So we don't need anything outside of ourselves to make us feel good. And if something outside of us feels good, great, but we don't need it. We don't need it to feel good. And this is so important, because the aim of energy awareness training, in part to alleviate suffering, is also to be able to achieve a sense of happiness and strength and well-being, no matter what's going on in your life. So it's easy to be positive and happy when everything's going good. When it's not going good, when you got a breakup, or you lose a job, or you have a disappointment or something, and you go upside down, that's when you need your skills, right? That's when you need your skills. And if you're looking for somebody else to give it to you, you're going to be lost. You need to learn the skills before the stuff happens to you. And it happens to all of us. All of us go through trials. All of us go through challenges. All of us go through loss and disappointment. And how do you deal with it? Well, most people just suffer through it, and takes sometimes months, sometimes years, sometimes people never get over their disappointments. If you're in energy awareness training, you have the skills to be able to take yourself into that place of, okay, I know what to do. If somebody breaks up with, you have a breakup, okay, they take their love away. All right, that stings a little bit, but I'm not devastated, because I'm sourcing all that love from myself. I'm giving myself the approval. I'm giving myself the validation. And ultimately, if you're going to be happy, you've got to learn how to do that, because all unhappiness comes when we're looking for somebody else's validation, somebody else's approval, and we don't get it. That's so important. Dante, back to you.
I think Taylor's phone might have died. We'll see if she pops back in.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great point, Glenn. I mean, one of the biggest things that I've noticed from working with you, besides getting rid of certain addictions like smoking cigarettes and drinking, is that you start living life from an authentic and honest point of view, and you're just trying to add value and just share. You get out of that scarcity and competitive frame of like lack, I need, and it's like desperate and craving, and you get more into just, how can I provide the most value? Because that's high vibrational energy. Because if I provide value, if I'm sharing, if I'm giving, I'm going to attract more of that. And you start acting in accordance with your highest self. You start embodying that, and you start picking up the habits that translate that over into your life. Like I've started working out consistently. I've started waking up in the morning. I've started taking cold showers, like things that require a little bit of pain, but are so great for your long-term growth. And this is one of those things. I mean, energy awareness training, it's not an overnight experience. Like if you're watching this and you're looking for like the magic bullet, that's not what we're giving you here. And that's not high vibrational. I just give me the one thing that's going to fix it all. That's low vibrational. Dedicating yourself to something that over time is going to have you get better and better and better. I mean, am I driving a Lamborghini and making millions of dollars right now? No, but did I quit smoking and drinking and all the self-attack has died down immensely? Yes. And tomorrow it's going to be a little bit better. And 5 years from now, I'll probably have that Lamborghini and Glenn's brand will be amazing.
maybe earlier than that. I mean, there's so much that we could talk to you about. I mean, manifestation is one. Every human being has the ability to manifest the things that they want in their life. You might have heard of that in The Secret, or in different manifesting books, but it's really true. But yet most people don't manifest. Why? Because there's an energy that blocks you from being able to manifest. It's that low vibration energy. You want to manifest something. There's a voice inside that says, nah, that's not going to happen for you. Nah, that's not, don't even think about it. Well, you get rid of that voice and you clear out that energy, then I'm here to tell you, you can manifest miracles in your life. I know that I've manifested money. I've manifested people. I've manifested trips. I mean, it's incredible. And we teach you how to do that in the courses. It's not rocket science, it's basic principles. But the one thing that all these manifest people leave out is you got to clean your energy so that you're not vibrating any low vibration energy. So for example, you need money, for example. Okay, well, I want to manifest $10,000. Okay, I've done it. I did it once in 30 days. I manifested $10,000 out of the clear blue sky. And I wrote down a formula of how I do that. Now, when you're in an energetic frequency of high vibration energy, things just start to happen naturally. Things just show up naturally. It's not, you're never at a point where, gee, I don't have this, because everything starts to happen for you. But one of the reasons why people don't manifest, and when I was 18, I didn't manifest. I read Think and Grow Rich, and it's just, think about it, visualize it. Why didn't I do that? Is because I was holding on to low vibration energy about money. I need it. I want it. If only I had it, life would be better. Really? Well, that's low vibration energy. And what's low vibration energy going to create more of, guys? More low vibration energy. You guys are getting a lot of skill here and a lot of value, because I'm teaching a lot of the stuff that's in the courses, but I know it's kind of like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I encourage you guys to start, if this is new to you, start at level 1. Level 1 energy awareness training will blow your mind and give you this kind of knowledge that we're talking about. Level 2 will teach you how to master your energy, how to get rid of the negative thoughts, the negative emotions, the negative feelings, and how to take a simple 10 to 15 minute process every day and put you in a high vibratory energy field that creates more high vibration energy, more happiness, more joy, more money, more career advancement. No, level number 3, the ability to take that positive energy and aim it towards your career, aim it towards your money, aim it towards building your fortune. Level 4 is about understanding the energy dynamics as it relates to relationships, to romantic relationships, how the energy works. What's the energy of sex? Man, that is the biggest energy in the world that controls us. The sex, attraction, romance, desire. And there are good things about that, but there are traps. And many of you have fallen into those traps, those booby traps, where you think you're getting one thing and it ends up being another thing. Well, I don't know about you, but that's one of the key factors that I learned energy awareness training from, because I got tired of stepping in quicksand every relationship I was in. Same thing, starts great, lovey-dovey, 3 to 6 months starts going down, year later, bad breakup, she leaves, I leave, and you end up feeling terrible about it. And then it takes you 6 months to a year to heal up, then you go out and do it again, and you do it again. Well, after doing that like 6 or 7 times, I had enough. And I wanted to find out what are the energies that you're in when you have a high vibration energy, and what are the energies that are trying to attract you to have a low vibration. And I want to believe me, you want to stay away from the low vibration energy. But again, it's not just thinking. We're moving energy. We're learning about how the energy interact with us, and we're learning how to move it. Dante, any more questions or any more?
Just a couple more before we close out.
Okay.
So I sometimes feel that learning about energy is very broad and deep, so you should not talk about it in public, because I have. But think about like a movie you have seen before, but others not have. So you know the plot, but others spoil it for it. That's not a question. But I want to read you that comment. Glenn, do you have any evening or morning routines, and how do they look like? What do they look like?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what we go over in level 2. Every morning when you wake up, your energy is all over the place. You're kind of like, you're discombobulated. Why? Because you're moving from one energy frequency to another. There's an energy frequency of sleep, and there's another energy frequency of being aware, of being awake. So you're in transition. And this is important to understand. We have energy transitions all the time. And that means we go from one energy state to another. So when you wake up in the morning and you're like, you know, it used to be the most depressing time of the day, you know, the half hour between getting out of bed and, you know, oh, another day, and then hearing all the negative voices, just, you know, it was like my big achievement was getting up because there was so much negativity. Well, we teach you how to completely erase that negativity, completely erase that low vibration energy in a simple 10 to 12 minute exercise platform. What do I mean by exercises? The ability to focus, to visualize, to breathe, to be able to massage different meridian points, the ability to focus the directions of your energy. We give you the whole thing so that in 12 minutes, you can go from being discombobulated to being in your full power. Let me ask you a question. What would it be like if you could operate and go into your day in your full power every day? Alert, aware, on top of it, fully present, ready to respond to anything that comes your way, being able to be in a leadership mode, to be able to get things done. Wow. You know, for most people, they have maybe that happens to them once or twice a week, but it's not something they can control. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can control that. You can control your energy. And this is what we do on a daily basis. Every day, just like our physical bodies, we go out and we're active, and our physical bodies get sweaty, they get dirty, they've got to be clean. So in every day, what do? We clean our bodies. It's the same thing and with the energy. We go out, we deal with stress, we deal with anxiety, we're dealing with 50,000 thoughts a day going through our head. Half of them are negative or low vibration energy. We've got to clean that. We've got to neutralize and dissolve. See, for us to be ultimately happy, here's the big secret. I'm going to give you guys the big secret here now. And it is ultimately, for us to be happy, we have to be a processing and release system. Everything that comes our way, you notice that nothing ever stays. Every moment, you know, you can win the world championship one year, and the next year, you know, you don't even get in the playoffs. Or you know, one year you're man of the year at your company, and the next year you're not even in the running. So things are constantly changing, and you have to be on top of those changes. And especially internally in your body, your energy is constantly being influenced. Remember, I said you're an energetic sending and receiving machine. So you're sending your energy out, whatever it is, good, bad, or ugly, you're sending that energy out into the world. And that energy, whatever it is going to come back to you on top of whatever energy is being sent to you. So, you know, if I wake up and I go into my day and I'm stressed and I'm tired and I don't want to go to work and I'm like, oh, another day, and when you show up, I might not say anything, but my energy is broadcasting to everybody. I don't want to be here. You know, I'd rather be someone else. You know, I have a bumper sticker on my car. I'd rather be fishing, rather be skiing, or I'd rather be somewhere else. Well, when you're in, when you know energy awareness training, you have a bumper sticker on your car that says, I'd rather be here right now, because here and right now is great. You're in your high vibration energy. You're fully present and aware. Life's great. So to the message to the people, you know, if your life's not great, if you're dealing with challenges, upsets, anxieties, if you tried the self-help books, if you tried, you know, walking on fire or breaking boards or all that stuff, remember, nothing changes until energy moves. If you've been looking for a method and a training that can get you from here to there powerfully, this is it, energy awareness training. Dante?
Yes, sir. We got a couple more here. More people are hopping on. So Nikolai said, so I didn't realize he had a question underneath it. So what he was asking before is, sometimes I feel that learning about energy is very broad and deep, so you shouldn't talk about it in public, but I have. But think about like a movie you've seen before, but others haven't seen it before. So you know the plot, but should not spoil it for others. What do you think about that aspect? Should you talk about it? Should you not talk about it? What are your opinions on that?
Well, I only talk about things that people want to talk about. I mean, for me, energy awareness in training is the most interesting thing in the world. And I talk a lot about it. And most of the people I talk to love talking about it because it affects everything that you're doing. You know, last night I went to go see a beautiful play over here in Beverly Hills. And the energy around this play and this performer was fantastic. And I went with my friend and we were talking about the energy aspects of it and what was good about it, what wasn't good about it, et cetera. You're dealing with energy everywhere you go. You go to a sports event, you're dealing with energy. You know, the funny thing about sports is you can really see how the energy works. You know, you see two teams and they're equal and they're trying to get the championship. And one day, you know, team A is on top and wins the game. The next game, team B is on top and wins. What's the difference? They're both, you know, championship caliber. Why do things change? And the only answer is it's the energy that changes. It's the dynamic that changes. You ever been out on you know, dated someone and everything was good for a while and then all of a sudden the energy changes. They don't respond to you or they don't feel the same way about you as they do, or maybe you don't feel the same way about them. Our energy is constantly changing, expanding, and rotating, okay? So, and this is another thing that I teach about energy cycles. We're in an a new energy cycle roughly every 3 to 4 hours. So every 3 to 4 hours, we're in a different energy cycles. We're different internally. We're different externally. You know, there's a difference in the energies from the early morning to noontime. There's a difference in the energies out there between noontime and rush hour, 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. There's a difference between early. You can see that. So what I'm discussing here is basically how life works. That all you have to do is observe when I'm teaching you, and you go, yeah, there is a, you know, don't believe me. You know, I don't want anybody to believe anything I'm telling you. I want you to go into your experience and say, okay, Glenn says something called energy transitions. Well, is there an energy transition when I wake up in the morning from when I'm asleep to when I wake up? Heck yeah, that's I don't have to believe it. That's my experience. Do I see different, is there a different energetic feeling between 6 a.m. and 12 noon? Sure. How about 12 noon and 8 o'clock at night? Yeah. So all the things that we're pointing out, just like Taylor mentioned, it's like, yeah, the light goes on. Yeah, I got that experience. Yeah, I understand how that works. And it fits in, it's the jigsaw puzzle that fits in the missing link of how things work. And you're dealing with what we're talking about today. You're going to deal with it all week long here. And especially you get off the broadcast here, you're going to deal with what to eat, who to hang out with, you know, what project to do, what's the best use of my time, how do I stay in shape, you know, how do I prepare for tomorrow? These are all energetic exchanges you're having, and they're being influenced by low vibration energy and high vibration energy. And if you don't know that you're being influenced, then you're going to be influenced by the low vibration energy, and consequently make mistakes. And that's where our mistakes come from, when we don't see the whole picture and we think one thing's good for us, and in reality it's not. So that's why I named this energy awareness of what's going on around you. It's happening all around you. Are you aware of it or not? That's the question.
Boom. And last question, Glenn. We had someone, not really a question, but we had someone, he says, I was actually thinking, Ivan says, I was actually thinking about getting energy awareness decoded before getting level 1. So I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick, but what is your opinion on energy awareness decoded? Should someone start there first, or should they start at level 1?
Well, energy decoded is a synopsis. Energy decoded it was a recording of a seminar that I did for some influencers. So this is a couple of years ago. I had a bunch of influencers flying from all over the world, from Europe and Australia, and I did a private session for them because they started hearing about this from, you know, all the different other influencers, and so I did a private seminar for them where I taught them the basics of basically what I taught you today. There's a little bit more in that, but it's the basics of what's energy, how does it work, and to give them a thumbnail view of that. So that's what Energy Awareness Decoded is. It's a great first level course to give you the basics of energy, which is basically what I taught you in this class, a little bit more. And if that's all you can do, great. But if you're a serious student, you definitely want to get level 1. I'm teaching level 1. I'm also teaching a level 1 with Owen from RSD. We both were teaching on that particular class. So you get some of his input too during that training. So I would recommend getting level 1. And we're offering a tremendous value today for those of you who are serious students. If you get level 1, 2, and 3 in a bundle at 30% off, we're going to give you levels 4 and 5 absolutely free. Now, level 4 is $1,500, $1,595. Level 5 is $1,595. That's $3,000 that my students have paid for those courses. We're going to give them to those of you who take advantage of this offer in the next 24 hours. We're going to give those 2 classes to you absolutely free for getting the first level 1, 2, and 3. Man, Dante convinced me to do that. I didn't want to do that, but Dante says, hey man, let's give. I says, okay, I'll do that, but I'm only going to do that for the next 24 hours. So that's the opportunity that you guys have. If this is ringing your bell, some of you guys I know have done level 1. Well, great, go on to level 2. Some of you guys have done level 3. Good, go on to level 4, etc. Those of you who are kind of new to this whole thing, I recommend that you get level 1. If you really see the value, and trust me, by the time you're done with level 1, you will see the value, as everyone does. Then make an investment for your future. If there's, I tell everybody, if there's one thing you can do to move your life forward in 2019, one thing to expand, to grow, to learn, it's to learn energy awareness training. Because I promise you, you won't be the same. The people who have been on the chat here, you've heard Taylor and so many other people, their lives changed. My life changed. That's why we're bringing this out to the world, and we're trying to get it to as many people as possible. So take advantage. The page is Energy Awareness Secret.com. Energy Awareness Secret.com. That's where you can go and see what the courses are, what's in the courses. You can actually go and order the courses there too. And encourage you to do too. We're here to support you and help you. This is our, late spring, early summer sale that we're having to get people. So this summer, if you guys get serious about learning this, oh my gosh, by the end of summer, you've taken level 1 or level 2 or done all 3 levels, your life is going to go up, guaranteed, because that's what the material does. Energy awareness training creates more high vibration energy, and that's what you want in your life. You want more high vibration energy and you want less low vibration energy. We're the only training company that shows you how to dissolve that low vibration energy and put you in a high vibratory state. And how soon do you want that to happen? I wish it happened 20 years ago. I wish I had learned this information, when I was still in school. I would have saved myself 10 years of suffering. And how much is that worth to save yourself from suffering from love relationships or bad investments or health decisions that you made? They're priceless. It's priceless. And that's what we're offering, priceless training and information at a very reasonable rate. And today, 30% off on all courses. Dante, back to you.
There you go, guys. EnergyAwarenessSecret.com. Again, EnergyAwarenessSecret.com. If you're somebody who's struggling with anxiety, stress, depression, and you want to heal, you have some painful stuff you're hanging on to, stuff that you might not even have the awareness to understand how it's sabotaging and just seeping all over into your life. One of the amazing things about this is students that we've had in the past, and myself especially, when you heal something that's been running you your entire life, that bleeds out into every other area of your life because it's sucking and sapping so much of your energy and you don't even realize it. You don't even realize on a daily basis how much energy you're You're giving away to these painful experiences in your past. So if you're somebody who's dealing with tons and tons of anxiety, stress, depression, this is for you. If you're someone who's a top performer, be it musician, entrepreneur, you're in a career, you want to make more money, you want to, like, I was speaking with somebody who I got into Glenn's coaching group, and he's working at a salon. Do you think that person is going to make more tips, be promoted to the next level if they have an awesome energy about them? Of course. That's why you tip people, because they have good energy. There's just something about them. We're like, I really connect with that girl. I really connect with that guy. You have that ability by changing and shifting your energy. How do you do that? EnergyAwarenessSecret.com. Thank you, Glenn, for coming on. I'm sure
I just want to say one more thing to everyone. I want to thank everybody for being here. And I just want to tell you, from my heart to your heart, you can change your life. If you're feeling stuck, if you're in a rut, if things aren't going the way you want them to do, you have the power to change them. And you always had, you just didn't know how to do that. That's the way I felt. You know, for so long, I felt stuck and trapped in patterns that didn't serve me. And I was looking for the answer. And I searched for 20 years to be able to look for the answer, to be able to take away my anxiety and worry and stress and the traumas of my past and move into a high vibration energy state. I've done it. I teach people how to do it. I can teach you how to do that. All you need to do is take some action. Go to EnergyAwarenessSecret.com, EnergyAwarenessSecret.com. Get level 1 or get levels 1, 2, and 3, whatever it is. Do something, because nothing changes until energy moves. We're here to help you, support you, and guide you. Much love to everybody. We'll be back with you soon with another broadcast. Dante, thank you, and thanks to Taylor D. She had to go. I think she had an audition or something, but really appreciate her great energy. We'll all be talking to you soon. Bye for now, everyone.